Welcome to Enchanted Tarot. This is for the sign of Leo. It is a general reading. That being said, it may or may not resonate with you. If it doesn't sound like it's your story, check your other placements. Your messages could be there. This is something that's been going on for some time. It's been dragging. But I want you to know that it will be overcome. Okay? Somebody may be dragging their feet on this issue. So we have the tree, and the tree speaks to something really slow. Okay, the pace of this is really slow. It is about the seeds you've planted. Okay, and the seeds you planted are this is the direct result where you're sitting now. So if you want to change things, you or them, okay, this could be your energy, could be theirs, whoever this is, if you want to change your circumstances, then you need to look back at the seeds you planted. You need to get to the root issue of the problem. Because there's something that's blocking you from reaching your wish, your desire, and whatever it is, it's behind you. Because these cards keep saying so. That's what they're telling you. That's the direction they want your attention to go. The ship here is about something, again, both of these symbols speak to something that drags it, drags on. Maybe maybe it feels out of reach, but it's most likely because of an emotional state, or the emotional state of the mind. So the thoughts that this person is thinking stirs up a lot of emotions. So we have the clock and we have the bridge. And the bridge is what's telling you, because it's a really positive card, that whatever this problem is, you can successfully overcome it. Okay? The path is already prepared. All you have to do is go in faith. But this person is not trusting the path. They're not going with the flow because they have a pattern of trust issues. So there's the clock. The clock talks about, okay, I see the path. That's the path my heart wants to go down, but I don't exactly trust it. And so they're hesitating, procrastinating. They keep putting it off. And so that brings me to the heart of the reading and the issue. This is the main issue. And this is what you will need to do. There's valuable advice in these cards. Death is saying that there's something that is ending or that needs to end. This is a marker. It speaks to a transformation, a total change of one's attitude, and the death of the old. When you receive this marker, you are being reminded that all things have their season. This card is the winter of things. It's part of the cycle of life. Okay, so take courage in surrendering to this energy. In time, you will be blessed with new life. Endings always point to to fresh new beginnings. This is the end of a certain state of mind. It's what I've been talking about. This person's state of mind. And how they got here, how they landed here. This is what they got to figure out. Okay, because their state of mind has created the circumstances that they're in. But how were all those thoughts created? That's what you have to go back and find out, and that's why the Bard is here. There's something important that you need to find, you or them, whoever this energy belongs to. And it is behind you, woven into the past or into your past. So the Bard appears when you're being asked to seek answers in your personal history. It's telling them exactly what they need to do, you know, in your personal history for whoever this is for. Go back and find the threads of the patterns in your reality and trace their links to the present. You'll be surprised by how much of your past, or even that of your ancestors, can still weave its influence on you today. When the Bard appears, he asks you to retrieve the stories woven into the past. There's something important that you need to find there. The seeds of the past, or the seeds of the future actually, are always hidden in the soil of the past. It's time to dig a little and to find the clarity that you need. Don't be afraid to learn the patterns of history, because the only way to honor them or change them is to know them, you know. And clearly, this is what we're looking at. You see, this is where clarity. This is where they want this person to look. Okay, to get clarity. Get clarity on what? A pattern. This pattern that is creating all of these fears. Look at the Hierophant pointing his finger. Learn what you need to know about what? About the patterns, about whatever's making you afraid, about whatever's making you to have these trust issues. This is a card of mistrust, okay? About whatever is dominating your thoughts, whatever's making you afraid. This fellow's fighting his inner demons. The things that haunt you, the things that have left their mark on the psyche, the things that you know you've put into the shadows, you've just tucked them away because you know they're too hard to deal with, too difficult to face, or too painful to look at. That's how you feel, you know. But the time, see, the clock is here. The time is now. And so that brings the spider into play over here. And the spider is somebody who's sitting back waiting, but the clock is here saying, oh, the time is now. The spider can indicate that it's time to be aware of your responsibility for the creations in your life or for your current circumstances. Your current circumstances are the direct result of decisions, actions you took in the past. And that's what the Bard is talking about. That's why you or they are being asked to go and look behind you. The seeds of the future are always hidden in the soil of the past. And it is indeed time to dig a little. And so here, either this person is in reflection or they need to reflect upon this, there was an offer, clearly, so there was a chance to fix something or to there was a chance to make up with someone, most likely, and they didn't take it because they were afraid of betrayal, because they weren't trusting. That doesn't mean the person was going to betray them or that they, did betray them, but there was a betrayal that is deeply rooted. It's an old experience. This person has been betrayed before, and so now everybody is suspect, and so they turned the offer down. So there needs to be reflection on this and on this pattern. It seems to be a pattern with the devil here. Something that keeps going round. And so here we see that I feel like somebody really has a tendency to be overly cautious, extra careful, really overthinks things to the point that they just make themselves afraid. And so what happened was, there was, with this symbol of Aquarius being in the reverse, as an energy, it's talking about somebody who may have suddenly changed their mind or just suddenly backed out. There was like a sudden mood shift because of the thoughts they were thinking that stirs up the emotion that was just overwhelming, and it just took them away in the moment. It just overcame them. It just like swept them away, and most likely all they saw was red, or they had a belief, but that belief came from here. Okay, so they had a belief, and it's a pattern for this person. As we know, they were deeply afraid, maybe, that they weren't going to get what they wanted, which was the happily ever after, but they'll never get that happily ever after if they don't look at the root issue, because they are their own worst enemy at this moment. Tucking the issue aside didn't solve their problem and didn't make it go away. It's always been there, haunting them and causing all of this chaos in their life. So it's necessary that they look at it. This person would have left some very harsh communication in parting. They were very judgmental, more than likely. So more than likely, they were the judge and jury in this case, and of betrayal, thinking you're going to betray them. But the offer was there, and it was honest and sincere. It's just their imagination, turned it into something else. This person is very, very, very attracted to you still. I feel like at the time it was happening, I just feel like they were unable to deal with those emotions in the moment, in the heat of the moment, thinking that they were not going to get what they wanted, or that they were going to lose you. But I mean, ultimately their action doesn't even make sense with that. So it's like their thoughts just weren't even making sense, because they lost you anyway, right? They walked away. So maybe it was, a case of like, I'm going to end it before they do. I mean, that's a possibility, right? And so here they are alone in their tower, lonely and missing you, and wanting to restore the balance between you, wanting to transform this, to move it from a negative to a positive energy. It's their wish. It's about giving it another try, another chance. They're still hoping with the star. This is the star card here. And so they are hoping that they'll get another chance, or that you'll give them another chance. they want you back. And this card indicates that they want you back badly. This one here, okay? Yeah, look at that. And so they've been thinking about why there's the new information that they've discovered, and they're comparing it to older information having to do with why they thought their heart was going to be broken. They indeed have been doing some thinking, and they have gotten to the root issue here of why they were thinking they were going to get their heart broken. This is a possibility, but it's not yet happened. But it was what they were thinking, you know. Yeah, see, there's that Knight of Swords again. So this is something that they were thinking about in the past. But I feel like they've come to a realization. And what we see is, where did I see that card? They wanted to, oh, it's here. They want to make a new agreement. I feel like they want you back. I feel like they realize now what happened, why it happened. They've done the work, and if they haven't, then they're still. It depends where they are in this transformation. Things are transforming. There's a recognition that something needs to change. Death is here. So this transformation is taking place. Where are they within this transformation will depend when you're going to hear from them. For some, it could be very difficult to surrender to this card because, you know, it could be a pattern that they've been holding for a long time, or that they've been in. Like, this can go way back with the Bard. You're talking about going back even into ancestry, you know. So I feel like this could have been going on for a long time. Both of these symbols speak to a long time. Somebody dragging their feet about looking at what the root issue or real issue is or was here, about how they actually landed in their circumstances and how they lost someone that they really loved and really cared for and were very attracted to, and so they didn't think they were going to get what they want, so they pulled back and they watched. That's what the spider does. He weaves a web and he sits back and waits for his prey to approach, right? So that's basically what it is. And so what we have is, once they're through this transformation and they actually see and they've learned what they needed to know, this person definitely has learned what they needed to know here. But for others, it could take longer, okay? But what I see in the very near future is they are returning. They want back that cup. This is about putting your best foot forward. It's about taking that first step. It speaks to changing situations, and the letter speaks to something that has taken its time again. This is a relationship that was experiencing a lot of difficulty. The communication was either very vague or distant or broken. There was too much distance had grown between these two people at the time. Most likely reason somebody was not opening up about how they were feeling and they were containing it. until it explodes or exploded. What we see in the near future is the Ace of Swords. Okay, so, but how they wield the sword determines the outcome. You know, this is about an explanation. It is about the truth. It's because knowing the truth and applying the truth, or applying the knowledge that they have gained here, you know, knowing and applying are two different things. So, you know, they might know the truth, but don't or aren't applying it, in effect, you know, maybe turning a blind eye. So, but in that scenario, that's the pattern, you know. I mean, in that scenario, they'll never be happy. So speaking the truth or facing it can be painful, even fearful, but it opens the door for movement, growth, and healing one way or the other. So somebody's coming in, and hopefully they will speak the truth, be honest about it, no matter how challenging it is for them to do this, okay? Because ultimately, if they can do it, it's like that action leads to reward. It's like it leads to happiness. Putting your best foot forward, returning to someone, it's what they want. It's a sense or a feeling of belonging, but they must do this in total honesty, okay? Communication is coming that has taken a long time. And this is good communication because it comes with very positive cards. But there's always that little but, and that is that Ace of Swords. How will they wield that sword? And so that is what I have for you. I thank you for watching, for liking, and for sharing my videos, and for subscribing. Also, thank you to everyone who has sent in a donation. It is greatly appreciated. Many blessings to all of you.